So you're thinking about moving to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In this video, we're gonna break down the local market here. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, then make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you are the first to know everything that's going on in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. My name is Keyon Showless with Real Broker LLC, and I get calls every day from people just like you. So if you're looking to make a move in the next 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. All of my contact information is below in the description box, and I will be happy to help you make the move to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. All right, let's jump into the MLS. Whenever I'm meeting with the buyer, I like to go over 7 different indicators that shows them what's going on in the market in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. If you look here, we're gonna be going over the sales price. We're gonna go over new listings, how many homes we have for sale, pending sales, closed sales, days on market, and then we're gonna end up with the month's supply. All right, let's start off with our average sales price. So if you look here, I already have Winston-Salem selected. I'm gonna go with all price ranges and all structure types to start off with. I already have it selected for average. And in February of 2025, which is the most recent data we have as of right now, our average price point was $354,741. If you go back just a month before in January, it was $317,961. And that was all price points. If you're looking to move or relocate somewhere in Winston-Salem and you're looking for a house specifically, jumps up a little bit. So the average price point in February is $376,947. And in January it was $338,650. And of course, it's higher for a house than it would be for most condos and townhouses. So you got to keep that in mind. Those condos and townhomes bring the average down, where the house alone would go back up. If you are interested in condos though, I mean, the price is pretty good, $150,000. That month prior to was $172,000. And if you like the townhome living, it was $275,000 in the month of February and $280,000 in the month of January. So if you are looking in any of those price ranges or those structures, that's what's going on with the sales prices right now in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. All right, let's keep it moving and let's talk about new listings in Winston-Salem. Just looking back in February of 2025, we had 285 new properties that hit the market. Out of those 285, 238 were houses. Let's go back. And in the month of January, it was about 331. I do want to go back in time though, because we're about to hit the spring market and we're gonna have more listings that hit the market. So in 2024, back in March, it was 356 that hit the market. And then it goes up to 402. And then if you look back in 2023, it was 407. Of course, you know, the markets have changed, but you can still see the graph going up and down, up and down. So we're about to hit that spring market again, even though we're down right now at 285. I can probably bet that we're gonna go back up here in the near future, since we're about to hit that spring market pretty heavy. All right, now let's talk about how many homes that we currently have for sale in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. As of February 2025, there were 541 homes that were for sale. And I'm just sticking to 2025, so that's why I'm only going back 2 months. But it's 554 for January 2025. I do want to show you in the range of the average sales price here, so you can get a better idea of how many homes will be for sale. So if you're relocating here and you're in that average price point as far as a buyer, we're looking at 160 homes, well, in the month of February rather, that were for sale. It was 155 in the month of January, but like I said, keep in mind, we're about to hit that spring market and it's going to be more homes for sale. And if you are looking for a house specifically, it's 140 homes that were for sale in the month of February, and just one less, 139 in the month of January. Okay, now let's talk about pending properties. These are the properties that a buyer actually made an offer on that property and the seller accepted that offer and it went under contract. So in the month of February, we had 236 properties that went under contract. And in January, we had 245 properties that went under contract. And just like in previous graphs, you can see it going up and down again. We had like a little decrease in the month of December, which is usually the lowest in the month of December, but we're starting to go back up again. So we're hitting that spring market. We're gonna have more sellers that are putting their houses on the market, and we're gonna have more buyers that are in the market in order to buy. Like I said, in February it was 236, but I expect that number to probably increase in March and April. In the month of February, we had 208 closings. And then in the month of January, we had 182 closings. So this is making it all the way to the closing table. The seller hands over the keys to the new buyers and the buyers take possession of the property. As you can see, historically, January is usually our low month when it comes to closings, and then it goes up from there. So over the years, it has happened that way. And as you can see, January again in 2025 was the low month, and it's already increased in 2025, and I expect for it to continue to do that here going into the spring and well into the summer as well. All right, so this graph is telling a bit of a story here with the market that we're currently in. As you can see, it's taking a lot longer with the days on market to actually sell a property. Right now I'm on a median, and it's showing that it takes about 25 days in order for a property to sell. If we go back just 1 month, it took 30 days. Now, January is usually the highest. It's always the peak. January is usually the highest over the years. If we go to average days on market, February was the high here. February was the high in 2024 as well. And it looks like February is at the high at 2025. So on average, it took 47 days for a property to go on a contract. So that's the time from the seller putting that house on the market and start marketing it out on a MLS until it actually went on the contract and they accepted that contract. So 47 days in the month of February, 45 days in the month of January. So the good news is, as the coming months hit, that homes take fewer days to go on a contract. But what that means for buyers is it's probably gonna be more competition as well. So for sellers, good news. For you, for buyers, make sure that you are working with a good agent that knows how to negotiate on your behalf and present the best possible offer in order to get your offer accepted. All right, finally, we're gonna go over the month's supply, also known as the absorption rate. And this is pretty much saying if we do not put another house on the market, this is how long it would take in terms of months to sell all the properties on the market. And in the month of February, we had about 2 months supply. And in the month of January, it's about 2.1 supply. And the way we look at this is to determine what type of market it is. And right now, since there's not a lot of homes that are on the market in the 2 months supply range, this is definitely a seller's market. Different people have, different terminology of when it's a seller's market or a buyer's market. But if you are going anywhere above 6 months supply, then you're gonna hit a buyer's market. But as of right now, we're definitely still in a seller's market, even though things are slow because of all the factors that's going on in the market right now. It's definitely still a seller's market. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you can get all the latest videos. If you have any questions whatsoever, or if you're thinking about moving to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, do not hesitate to reach out. You can comment on this video, or you can look in the description box and find all of my contact information there. If you like this video, don't forget to watch this one as well. Always remember, Keyon has the keys. I'll see you in the next one.